No way. No, bro. This company has lost its mind. No way. Are you guys ready? Steam is no longer pro-consumer, and we've said this since the Steam Deck. No, hey, bro. This company is insane. No, bro. Get the hell out of the hardware industry already. Steam Machine official pricing is here. $1,049, and you don't even have a controller. $1,128 with a controller for a 512 gigabyte device that's running the same specs as a PlayStation 5? $1,349 for a 2 terabyte without a controller. $1,428 for 2 terabyte of controller, so over $1,500. This company is retarded. Nobody's gonna buy this shit. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in gaming history. This whole generation is insane. Become a member, leave a tip down below, like, comment, and subscribe. Guys, this right here is more embarrassing than Xbox. Remember how we were saying the price of consoles is ridiculous because they were $500, now they're like $600? And then $649 for that other model? They have the audacity. This is no different than what they're doing against the Switch 2 and the Steam Deck. It is twice the price of the PlayStation 5 and Series X. I cannot believe what I am seeing here. This is insane. What the hell? I want you guys to let me know what you think about this. Guys, how are you going to charge $1,049? Remember, with taxes, $1,100. It wasn't just $1,000, it's $1,100. Remember, people were thinking $700, $600. What I tried to tell you. I would like to see any PC fanboy say anything because at this point, I don't know what to tell you. I told you Nintendo was the most pro-consumer. People were trying to complain about $449 for the Switch 2. Are we taking a look at reality here? $949 for that old Steam Deck? This is garbage. Only a moron is going to buy this. This is dead on arrival. The Steam Machine is going to fail just like the other Steam Machine that they tried. This company has no clue how to handle hardware. They have no idea. You should have just never launched this. Just like you should have just left the Steam Deck alone. Actually, you should have just canceled it. Please tell me anything else. I don't know what to tell you at this point because when I'm looking at this, remember, without controller. So this also tells me how ridiculous the market is, but also how ridiculous Valve is. Why are you going this far? Remember they said they're not subsidizing? This is way beyond not subsidizing. Microsoft said the same thing. That's why I try to tell you PC fanboys, be quiet. The PC gaming world is the worst. Now you're trying to come into the console-like space and think you're going to charge this much money? What the hell is going on here? This is insane. Never have I seen prices like this. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know what they're smoking. But it ain't the right stuff. This is... It's over. Like, yeah. Look, at this point, if you don't get how Nintendo won and then how PlayStation won too, let's talk about the PS5 Pro, right? Let's talk about how the PS5 Pro is going to smoke this in comparisons. Let's talk about how PS5 Pro with PSSR 2 is significantly better. Let's talk about how you're not getting PlayStation games no more either. And all this crashing out and grifting against PlayStation, against Nintendo. And then this thing right here drops after the Steam Deck. Two insane moves by Valve here. And it's already blowing up. Everybody already is saying, what the hell is wrong with it? We're about to get into some comments here. The Rose Experience says, brutal pricing for an underpowered I can't even right now, guys. Okay, brutal pricing for an underpowered consolidated PC. Dangerously so. 2,000 people immediately agreed with him. Yeah, I mean, what is there to talk about here? Well, there's a lot to talk about. What Abyss Walker just said below it, can we talk about the value of PS5 Pro now? And when Sony was selling this to you for $650 in the holidays. Remember when it was $700? Let's just remember that, right? Remember, the PS5 Pro has a 2 terabyte SSD with an extra 2 gigabytes of RAM, its own exclusives, all the Xbox games too, just like Steam gets, plus it comes with a controller. And you got that for $650. Are we thinking here? Remember when it was straight up $700 with a controller and 2 terabyte, extra 2 gigabytes of RAM, and then they added PSSR2 to it. Are we thinking here right now? The difference here, value comparison, having your own identity. It ain't say nothing about Half-Life 3. This company is lost its mind. Oh my God, I can't right now. Steam is now just, you see how fast you can literally just crash everything? After the Steam Deck and after the Steam Machine reveal officially today, Steam has just went on a shit list for a lot of people. Why do this to yourself? Why not just say, oh, we got to delay it till next year, otherwise the prices are going to be insane. Now you wonder why when Linux called Valve on the phone, he said $700 and they were quiet? And that was before the memory component cost went up. Guys, who is going to buy this? This is a serious question here. This is the... I still can't believe this is actually true. The stuff that's been happening in this world lately, yeah, oh my Lord. PS5 Pro is double the performance and costs much less. And it has its own exclusives. And they're going to stay there like that. Remember, extra 2 gigabytes of RAM too. We already seen the PS5 Pro getting brought up here. We don't blame Gabe for this when AI is giga effing the price of storage and memory. Please shut the hell up. We do not blame Gabe for what AI has done to the price of storage and memory. We don't blame Gabe for what Saul Altman did. Okay, never mind. You know what? If he's being humorous, I can understand that. But if he was being serious, it's like, oh boy, hold up here, man. Because I think what he's talking about is the Gabe boos. You know what I mean? Like the weeboos. We got those guys who are completely brainwashed to think that Steam was some perfect company and they wouldn't be anti-consumer. What do you have to say lately? Not once, but twice. That's not bad. All things considered, PS6 will probably be 1,000 too. You know, guys, you want to know what's so funny about this post? Let's go up here. 28 comments, 23 comments, 9, 10. When we get to this has 94 comments because this guy has Gabe's balls, not just cock, in his mouth. And he can't even breathe. And he likes to torture. This is the most moronic post I've seen today after covering this video and looking at a lot of other stuff. You have the audacity to say that's not bad, all things considered. See what I mean? Just because you're on PC does not mean that you have any brain cells at all. This guy obviously has zombie brain cells functioning inside. The first thing he says is that's not bad. He's the type that would go and purchase it. What a sad, sad mindset that is. Unbelievable. I think we need to go in here because I think this is actually going to get very interesting, isn't it? In your currency, Indonesia. I bought a PS5 Slim for, okay, so he has a different type of currency, but even then though, the same model is now $710, $450. Yeah, but why would you even say that? PS6 will not be $1,000. Sony can eat the cost. They will. And by the time they launch it, the component cost will be cheaper. Valve can't. Sony gets discounts for buying components in bulk. Valve doesn't. And most PS6 will be like $750. Probably $700. This thing is weaker than a base PS5 though. Not bad. You're kidding me, right? 200 likes. Just off of this post, we're already kind of getting it. A lot of people flooded up like, what is wrong with this dude? What is wrong with you? This thing isn't even as powerful as a base PS5. I think they're kind of around similar in tests, but they'll probably do things and it could probably beat it in certain tests. But even then, you can't justify that, not even close. Look how much more expensive it is to match the 2 terabyte PS5 Pro. I tried to tell you guys that when you saw the price of the Steam Deck, you got these morons thinking, oh, I pay $800 for it. Oh, what do you got to say now? Yeah, that's what I thought. My guy, it can barely play any popular game at minimum specs. Even if PS6 was 1K. This was similar power of the PS5 and will be far weaker than a PS6. My point exactly, but it's not going to be 1K. This is cope. If you think PS6 will be $1,000, you show how you cannot grasp any of this. Correct. That Sony's in a different position. They have to sell hardware. Valve does not. But guys, I just can't believe this company they're right out letting you know. I don't care about subsidizing for you. I'm not giving you no cheap price. As a matter of fact, I want to make a lot of profit off of this. Not subsidize. Comparing this to PS5 is stupid. Different software catalogs entirely. You can buy Steam hardware to play Steam games or build a PC. Different than a console. Shut up, moron. Yup, price sucks though, regardless, but it's not a fair comparison. The PS5 is no peach of hardware either. I can hear the GD thing in the next room. What are you talking about? It has all Xbox games now. And it has exclusives that you're not going to be getting. It has the same deep discounts that you get 24/7 and money hats. You just have what? Some shovelware and some money hats on certain things or whatever it is. Like, dude, that stuff's over with. Get out of here. It's not going to work anymore. 512 gigabyte storage without a controller for 1,049 is straight ass. I agree with him right there. And 1,200 people have agreed with him. Straight up. How are you going to charge 1,049? That means what tax you're paying $1,100 and you don't even have a controller. So that means you have to go get a controller. What, are you going to sit there without one? Or grab something from some other device if it's compatible? You see what I mean? And I think this is, you know what's so funny? I think I read a post about Xbox wanting to, if they were going to launch Helix because it's getting so ridiculous, they're going to launch it without a controller. They're going to do the same thing. Don't be surprised if they try to follow Valve's model unless they sell off Xbox. I'm going to be surprised if they did that either. And this thing is weaker than a base PS5 or somewhere around there, weaker than a Series X from 2020. Yeah, keep that in mind, guys, 6 years ago. A PS5 Slim with a 1 terabyte SSD and a controller will cost $600 new. Who the F is this for? Yeah, imagine too getting digital. I'm just saying, right? PS5 Pro now. Yeah, that's actually pretty funny. Steam Machine, 1K, no controller. With controller, more money, not stronger than a PS5 Pro. Cheaper PC options exist. Valve Cuck's already defending it. I'll stick to my Omen PC. Yeah, I don't blame the guy. You could literally buy one of those ROG Ally X's for cheaper with superior specs, get a docking stand, and just run Steam. Or you could just get yourself a nice laptop on sale at Best Buy and blow that thing away with like a 5060 in it or 5070. Look at this post. Yeah, please, because that's what we have to do here. $1,400 for a box that is weaker than a PS5 and won't have PlayStation games anymore and won't have GTA 6 day one. It'll be dead on arrival. That's a nice post right there. Yeah, I mean, it's very true. It's like, who's going to buy this except these diehard Steam fanboys? Or they're going to put limited stock there and make it seem like it's sold out, so it's doing fine. But watch over time. This is going to be, remember I told you this is going to be in the Steam Deck situation. All these people talk about the Steam machine is threatening PlayStation and all this and that. I'm like, what are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about. What do you have to say about that now? Threatening who? Like I said, this is absolutely embarrassing. I don't know what else to tell you. Just a sad turn of events. Don't know what the right answer was for their situation since PC part shortages happened almost immediately after its revival. And they even delayed it into the summer. I'm sure it was supposed to come out cheaper than this before the AI inflation. I'd like to think Gabe is trying his best. If you really think that, then you're naive. Because it would have been a lot cheaper than that. They subsidized After Pass probably like 700 800. They went this far on purpose. Trust me. 1 terabyte and run Steam, Xbox, EA, Ubisoft. Here goes this moron. You can even connect. Dude, shut up. You're just a moron. Just shut up. Yeah, I can tell by looking at the picture. It's the worms talking in your brain, the parasites. What a dumb. I can't even finish it, but yeah, what a moron. Oh, PlayStation doesn't have Xbox games to run it. They don't have EA. They don't have Ubisoft. They don't have Battle.net. They don't have Epic games in there. You don't need an Epic launcher. Who wants it? God, no, you don't have that, but you don't need it. And they have exclusives. And money hats and timed exclusives. I can't wait to see all the idiots who claim it's convenient. Not including a controller in the base package for $139 is a little wild. No, it's massively wild. This is just... This guy says, yeah, that's going to be a no for me. Yeah, you're smart, dude. Nobody should buy this. Are they trying to use Apple as their competitor or something? That's a good post right there. But yeah, guys, here it is. You can't say anything about the PS5 Pro. You can never say anything about the PlayStation 5 price ever again. You can't say anything about Sony. You can't say anything definitely about Nintendo, not even close. The Steam Deck is another perfect example of this, but just in a different fashion. Except that thing was already years old. And if you go and click on this, the Steam machine is just everywhere, right? This already has 29K likes, 2.4 million views, 2 million views. If you are paying $1,100 for a Steam machine, then I'll say it again. Delay PlayStation 6 and Project Helix indefinitely until supply costs normalize. Further optimize Gen 9 instead. This is unaffordable and unreasonable to ask consumers to abandon current hardware when this current gen still has more to offer. Keep what you got. Yeah. We see the posters just all over the place. So, well, IGN, the Steam machine was originally meant to cost about $750, based on Valve saying the increase was probably similar to price increase that the Steam Deck experienced last month. Though article incorrectly says Steam machine increased last month, I assume they mean deck. Maybe. So it looks like they may have done a 33% price increase on it. So let me know what you guys think about this. Become a member, leave a tip down below, like, comment, and subscribe as usual. Hit that hype button. Guys, this is unreal. Yeah, it's happening right in front of your face. Later. No, man. No, Valve. You lost the plot.